Sorry.
Scituate Council of Aging Board meeting, December 11th. And it is now 6:06. I'm Joan Powers, and we will have the other members introduced.
My name is Debbie Young.
Richard Mitchell.
Audrey Reedy.
Jim Harmon.
Dale Baylog.
Joan Powers,
Martin O'Toole, Board of Selectmen.
Lawrence Chair. And everybody has the minutes. Give it time to look at them.
Maybe he's not here right now. I'm looking about Jerry was not at the last meeting. Any word on that?
Oh, that could come later. We're just doing minutes right now. Everybody have a chance to, is there any additions or corrections?
It's not.
Do I hear a motion that the minutes be accepted? Second?
Second.
Second.
All in favor?
I'd applaud the minute writer too. Very nice job.
I wanted to give credit to PM Davis, because even though I'm the official secretary, PM Davis has graciously agreed
That's okay,
to
too.
do the minutes. Yay,
Thank you.
PM.
My pleasure. Glad to help.
That's why here.
Awesome. We'll go on to the directors and staff directors report.
Okay, the center was a busy place in November. All the programs were busy, and some of the new had quite a few seniors on the waiting list. The first event to be held was a dinner hosted by the 12 women of Scituate. They hosted a dinner at the Scituate Harbor Community Building. That was a big success. The adults prepared the dinner, but it was the children who waited on each senior's every need. The entertainment was great. Lots of oldies, but the Beatles songs seemed the most popular. There were many toes a-tapping, and even a few brave seniors who got up to dance. Francine, of course, was the first one on the floor. The kids also got a lesson on jitterbugging with our own Jean Young and a few other game seniors. I would say that everyone went home happy. The Matter of Balance program was also a huge success. Seniors were very pleased with the program and reported that they had learned a lot. Another one is scheduled for the spring. The Shine Forum offered by Jenny and Norm was also a great success, although it did add to Norman's appointment list. Thank the Lord for Norman and his wonderful knowledge. We ran the first hearing test for seniors in November and had every slot filled. We will be continuing them on a regular basis during the year. I have to say that my very favorite event this year was St. Luke's Community Dinner. It was a wonderful evening for me. I was overwhelmed by the number of seniors who attended and the wonderful gifts that they surprised me with. I am so grateful, and I will remember that evening for the rest of my days. I have been so privileged to have done this job and getting to make so many friends.
Yay.
Okay, we have our report. We have a new director. Her name is Linda Hayes, and she has been the assistant director of the Duxbury Senior Center for the past 5 years. Prior to that, she served as activities director in Duxbury. Joan Powers, Audrey Reedy, and myself were able to be part of the hiring process, and we interviewed the two final candidates. Our decision to hire Linda was a mutual one. And when we announced that choice to the town administrator, she said it was her choice as well. I don't know Linda well, but she comes well recommended, and I know she will do a great job. Her starting date is December 30th. We now have 3 of the jobs filled. Laura Miner is the Human Service Manager for the town, and she will be working closely with our Social Service Coordinator, Jenny Garibus, who has left her job as assistant to take Nancy's position as coordinator. There is still a vacancy for a 30-hour position as activity and volunteer coordinator. This was a job I have been doing for the past 6 years because I decided to make transportation a full-time 35-hour position. I have no doubt to this day that that was the necessary move. This will free the director up for more administrative duties. The position is paid for by the formula grant, and the FY15 budget is done, and I have completed it for review on December 13th. I would like to thank the board for all the support they have shown me during my tenure. Please know that this also includes former board members who have moved on. I will miss you all, but I'm sure I will run into you now and again. I want to thank you on behalf of our seniors. The Council of Aging is not a glamorous board. The status of our seniors is very important at a time when they need us the most. There are a lot of challenges with this position. The very fact that you care enough to serve on this board is appreciated. Have a wonderful holiday.
You too.
Okay, now this is Jenny's report. Social services for the month of November, she had 2 home visits. She had 38 office visits. She attended 2 meetings. She had 87 telephone calls. She had 18 referrals that she made for services or for resources. The duplicated numbers were 132. First timers were 78. Jenny went to training and events this month, and one of them was to look at one of the new Alzheimer's units in Weymouth. It's actually it's unique because it was built by a builder who owns it as well and has hired the staff. It's very interesting. It'll be interesting to see how that operates and how it goes 5 years from now. The Shine presentation they did was so helpful. Norman is just, he's really, I can't thank him enough. He does things from his home. He doesn't even live in Scituate. He's from Weymouth. And he's a lawyer and a CPA and retired. Let's see, this is from Quincy. This is from Q Cutler. This is the transportation report. In November, there were 433. The link was 72. We did not use the map. The volunteer, we only had 1 driver, and we only took 506 people this month. Usually November, December are low transport months because people go away and they go to their families. Total volunteer hours were 4, and we had no escort driver. On the last page, I'm not going to bother to read it to you guys, but I just want to tell you what it's about. Tricia asked me for a comparison for 4 of the senior centers that surround us, and I did Duxbury, Hanover, Hingham, Marshfield, and then ourselves. The first block there represents their yearly municipal budget. That does not mean extra monies that they may get from grants or donations. It's just what the town has contributed to that to that center. And then we have the number of staff. And you can see they're very different, but there's full-time workers and there's part-time workers, and how many staff that are in each center. the number of seniors that they served during FY14. Duxbury had 29,000. And Hanover had 12,760. Hingham had 22,000. Marshfield had 43,278. And I don't know how we did it, but we had 4,296. Don't ask me where I put them, but that's what we had for attendance. The number of square feet in each building, you can see Duxbury is 12,500, Hanover is 8,644, Hingham is 6,120, Marshfield is 12,900, and Scituate is 1,444. Renovation expanding to build. That was the other question I asked. Are you going to renovate? Are you planning to build? Are you going to expand? In Duxbury, they said they would expand in 2017. That was their plan, and that's when they expected to have it done. So they were working on the planning now. Hanover, not at the moment. Hingham, they're going to expand also by 2017, and they're going to stay in the same building, but they're going to take space. There are other people that are leaving that building, other programs, so they're going to move over, passion out the building differently. Marshfield is going to also expand, and they figure it will be done by 2015. They're already drawing up the plans. They've had them for some time, but they're now going to be going out to bid soon. The number of seniors counted in each town. Okay, Duxbury has 4,480 seniors. Hanover has 3,222 seniors. Hingham has 5,736 seniors. And 2,000 of those seniors are seniors from the, what's that? Linden Park. They do not have to do any services for them, but they can count them as seniors. And they have their own programs and such, and don't use the center at all.
So technically, they're 3,700.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, Scituate, we have, Marshfield is 6,130. Scituate, and this was a couple of months ago, has 5,700. So, as you can see, we're all climbing up there. And this is verified. So if anyone has a question about this not being accurate, it is accurate.
That's a lot of good information.
Is there any old business? Blow it up.
Just have a quick question.
Yes.
On the number, like, for instance, in Marshfield, 43,000, do they have a way of tracking what percentage of that? I mean, I know a lot of people from out of town go to Marshfield. Do they have a way of tracking that?
No, they usually don't. I would say probably about 15, 20% of their numbers are from here or from other towns.
That's a big number.
Yeah, that is, yeah. But I went to their open, they had their 10th anniversary, it was beautiful. And Audrey went later.
Yeah.
But I went
Very
with
impressive.
Dale and with Geraldine. And there wasn't a parking space in that place. It was done so beautifully. They were way up beyond, they have 100 spaces now, and there wasn't enough. They're now looking into doing more spaces, and they are also have been approved by the town in their budget to do a whole outside recreational thing to add to the things that people can do outside. So that's going to be done, I think, sometime at the end of the summer. It'll be all completed. And then the next step is they're going to expand. They're going to try to get some land there and expand even more the parking spaces. So that has really been such a huge, huge growth. And it's really, it's a credit to all of the people in Marshfield, and also, I mean, Carol Hamilton is one of the best people you ever want to meet, and she's done an outstanding job.
Well, I had heard so much about this facility, and I should have not been surprised, but as we drove in the parking lot, I was starting to experience shock and awe. And then we went into the building, and I was like a little kid in Disney World. I'm going like, I can't believe this. And I just kept going, I can't believe this. They had a room for an arts and crafts room, et cetera, et cetera. It was just incredible.
Their great room is enormous. It's enormous.
Yeah.
It's almost as big as Plymouth, and Plymouth is one of the biggest senior centers that we have in the state.
Do they use it for other things?
Yes, they have the ability to close off some of it. And they do use it for lots of different things. Meetings, and they have, the town uses it. Lots of times they've had small choral groups, and when people are looking to do a program, so they do use it. The only thing is, they have to get the selectmen's permission to use it when they do use it like that for other people. Yeah, so, but it is used, and they do a beautiful job. Anyhow, that's the only other thing, let's see, that's all I have.
No more old business?
Old business?
Yeah, okay, so,
I don't have, well, on the old business, we've got, we're just waiting for the new director to come in, so everything is is good a shape. Everything will be left as in good a shape as possible when we leave. And I really would like to make sure everybody, Linda is a nice person, and everybody should be really, give her a nice welcome, because you're gonna like her, you really are. So, and I wish her well.
well, she's gonna be here, she's gonna be here before the 30th? or-
No, she's not gonna be here until the 30th.
Well, that's a
Which is a
concern that I
Monday,
have.
which is a Monday.
We don't have any transitional period at all.
No, none.
All
Is there
right.
gonna be any, well, that, I guess you wouldn't know about, it would be nice if there was some sort of introductory get-together or something, so that, she could, introduce yourself to the,
Well,
but that's not your-
that rests with
Yeah, that-
Linda,
yeah.
and I'm absolutely not going to.
Well, she's probably really tied up with a lot
I'm
going
not
on.
gonna
at the-
step
no,
on
no,
her
no, no,
problem.
no, I'm just, I mean, it would be nice if there were some way of
Probably, yeah.
introducing her.
Yeah.
I would think she'd be pretty busy right now at Duxbury as well.
Yeah, she's leaving, I think, the 20th. She's leaving Duxbury on the 20th, but she's taking some time off.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah. So,
okay, new business.
okay. Well, I have some new business. I don't know how many of you are aware. I know most of our board is aware, and I know some of the Friends of Scituate, the Scituate seniors are aware, very aware, of the fact that there have been 3 studies conducted in this particular area, in the South Shore. I don't know where else they may have done them, but right here, they've done one in Cohasset, one in Hingham, and one in Marshfield. They are they're done by the policy program from the Office of Gerontology at University of Massachusetts. These people are all experts at doing surveys and knowing how to conduct them. The whole purpose of it has been, they meet with different towns and find out what it is that they're looking for, what they want to know, what information do they want to glean from a survey. And depending on that, how large they want to do it. Now, Hingham is spent a lot of money. They were 30,000. So was Marshfield. They were 30. I know that Cohasset did a study that I would like to see Scituate do, because this had to do with the study about what a new senior center should look like, whether or not you can justify the use of a new senior center coming into Cohasset, how you're planning around the addition to the numbers of seniors coming in there, what kind of programs would be best served for them, how, you know, and how you're going to address this issue. I have not seen this. I've seen the other two, but I haven't seen this, but Geraldine is going to get me a copy.
It's online.
Is it online? Okay. And, well, you've seen it then. What do you think?
No, I thought it was a great study. It looks at what potential programs, you know, would fit the town well, which ones wouldn't. It surveys enough of, I guess, a big enough sampling of the public to get a bead on, does the public want to pay for programs like this? They did make a recommendation in the Cohasset one about, so you'd need about X amount of square feet, given, you know, what we've heard. I thought it was a kind of a spot-on study. It didn't meander, it didn't look at anything extraneous. It was kind of bare bones, very direct, but I thought fit our needs very well.
Yeah, well, that's good to know. And I mean, I don't think there is any need to do, you know, things, you need to have a foundation before you can even think about extraneous. And right now, we don't have a foundation. So I think that's a great way of getting a foundation that meets our needs. And I think that should, the most important thing that we have to do in Scituate for the seniors. I am very appreciative of the Scituate friends that have, you know, gone to the trouble of doing this. I would like to thank them. From me, I would also like to read you. They are going to put a warrant on, the warrant has to be in by the 14th of the month and of December, which is very, not the 14th, 16th, isn't it? 16th. And which is very close. So they are, and fortunately, because it's not a special town meeting, they only need 10 signatures. So the warrant reads as follows. To see if the town will vote to raise and appropriate transfer from available funds and or borrow pursuant to see if the town will vote pursuant to any applicable statute. The sum of $25,000 to the town of Scituate, to the town of Scituate's FY15 budget for the purpose of hiring a consultant to conduct a needs assessment for a new Scituate senior center or take any other action related thereto. And I would like to
Just talk about the cost for a second. So we're not 100% sure,
yeah.
but Geraldine is trying to check into.
Geraldine is meeting with the person who's in charge of that program, of that,
Between now and the 15th.
between now and Friday, she will have the cost. She's meeting with her either tomorrow or Friday. So she will have the cost and we will have the cost at that time. Cohasset paid $18,000 for their survey. You know, given an increase into what's already happened, they've asked for $25,000 just to be on the safe side. One of the things that I don't think many people are aware of, and as I told Marty today, Marty's aware of it, that we do have a line item in our budget that's been there since 2008. That line item was put in there to study the senior center. It was left over from the $200,000 that was spent for the blueprints and everything else that was done. And that line item is sitting there, and I think, you know, that's a good reason, that's a good place to go, and if we need anything more, then, you know, that's why the amount is at 25. But at least it takes the sting out of it. It isn't asking for the whole amount. That money has been there since, for a long
And
time.
that's 19,000 plus.
Yeah, 19,238. So that was a suggestion. I don't know, but I would like to see, does everyone agree that this is a path that should be going? Okay, and I'd like to thank the Friends
Thank you very much.
for their work and for their, their concern about us, so. That's all I have.
I have a question.
Yeah,
She gets the amount. Where is the form that we sign? We have to have 10 signatures between now and Saturday.
oh, I don't know, well, Kim,
I can't talk.
Joanne would
I
probably
can't
know.
talk.
Yeah, you can answer that, Joanne,
Can I talk?
yes.
The form we're gonna get from the town hall, that's where it is. I don't know whether Kim picked it up. David has talked to Kim. My David is helping her do the wording because he's done so many of them. And making sure that it's not kicked back because it's not worded properly. And we're going on with this. We'd like your support because we figure we've got to still let the town know after passing the flyer out that we're still on track.
I think it's a great move.
I do too.
And I want to thank Kim too. She's
Yeah.
got a lot of energy.
She
and
sure
keeps moving
does.
this along. I greatly
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I guess we can all say everyone here is in favor and appreciating.
So I'm still back to getting the signatures, because if you submit it to the town clerk, right?
Yeah,
People gonna go call us and ask
It's
us
only
to
10
sign it at the
signatures.
town
Yeah,
hall.
there must be 10 friends easily, right?
Any 10 people can
Any
sign
10
it.
people, yeah.
Any 10 people. She thought it was 100 and it's not, it's 10. And then she checked it out with the state and it's, all we need is 10 signatures, so any 10. Okay, as long as they're voters.
When will it be available, or where will it be available to sign? At the town hall?
I can't hear you.
When and where will it be available for signatures?
I haven't
not
talked to
a
her.
town hall, you can't do it.
She
at
could
a
even
town
have the
hall.
signatures right here and have people,
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good idea. Come to
you
the
know,
senior
come
center.
here.
I don't think we can. We can't have signatures here.
Can't imagine, I would say no.
No, we can't.
The no sounds good to that.
But within your group of Friends of Situate,
We got
you
10
must have at least 10
We
people.
got 10 people in our group
Yeah,
alone.
right, I mean,
They won't have any problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's no problem.
We can,
I mean, I'll go to you if you want me to.
we can come up with 10 people easily.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I have to sign 5 different names.
No, we're not allowed. We're not allowed by law, by Massachusetts general law. It's not Scituate's law, it's Massachusetts
Yeah.
general law. I mean, I ran a nonprofit, we couldn't do that there either.
So are we going to make a motion?
Yeah.
And sign more than
Can you
10,
vote on
sign
that?
50.
No, we can't vote.
no business.
No, we cannot vote on it, it's not on the agenda.
So you can't vote on
No, this was a discussion and we were just,
it. Letting them know that we're in favor.
Well, yeah, but at least now the Friends know that we are supporting them. I mean,
Yeah, Dave.
they knew it, they've known it from our last meeting that we were behind them, but now they know that. I mean, that's correct, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could make a formal motion.
No, we can't.
I mean, on the next
Oh,
next
in the
meeting,
next
if it's on the
meeting, yes.
agenda.
Yeah, if it's on the agenda, you can, but
Right.
not now.
The other thing
You
is,
don't wanna get
No, keep it plain.
the community dinner is gonna be this coming Sunday, if the weather isn't bad. But the church is having a pageant, and then they're having special soups and then other things, which most of the seniors know about, but it's gonna be this Sunday. If the weather is bad enough that we won't have it, we'll make that decision on Saturday to see how it is.
And that's 5 o'clock at St. Luke's.
Yeah, it's 4:30 at St. Luke's for the pageant and 5 o'clock for the meal.
Yeah, and we will be doing the same thing with our vans, because a lot of people, not only for the St. Luke's, but also for the policeman's lunch on Saturday. We have quite a few people riding on the van for that lunch. There's going to be 100 seniors at that lunch.
That's wonderful.
And so we're also waiting for the weather, because we can't make any decision. And also the weather is plaguing everything. We very well may be having and everyone on that list will be called. We will be, I'm almost positive, so this is why I'm gonna say it. The Christmas party on the 17th, that has been being hosted by the Cushing PTO is going to have to be done at St. Luke's, because they have had some problems, and they're trying to fix them, and over at Pier 44, and they're engaged in working on it now. But it's just too close to call, so rather than try to take that and find out, well, you know, we've had a big storm and we've got more problems, so we're going to go with St. Luke's for the Christmas party.
Good idea.
And another thing I want to bring up is the Rotary Club is selling paper trees we're doing it in here at the Senior Center. We do it at Shores and the Village Marketplace, they're doing it. And part of this money will be going to the Senior Center. We do this every year. So I'd like you to support. They start at $1 and go up to 50. So just want to, if you see them in the stores, you'll know what it's all about. Let's see, Jerry has emailed me that he's resigning, but I told him, I emailed him back, and he has to send in a letter, which he hasn't done yet. So there's no report about that. My report on the South Shore Elderly Services, there wasn't anything really new. They had a fundraiser at South Shore, and that was successful. Other than that, that was all that was going on. Does anybody else have any other things going on?
No, Master Planning Committee hasn't met, has no meeting scheduled for at least the next couple of months, I think.
Do I hear a motion for meeting to be adjourned?
Just one.
Oh, yeah.
There's a question.
Question down the back.
Yeah, I thought I heard, I could be wrong, which I usually am, about the grants. Has anything been about grants for the senior center, or going for a grant or something? I thought somewhere along the line I heard something about that.
Oh, we have a grant, we did get it.
Oh, did you?
Yes, yeah, we got it. As a matter of fact, that's what's paying for the new person. There's going to be the activities director and the volunteer.
Nothing
But
toward
not
the
for
new
the
senior
building,
center.
so.
No, and you know, and that's, we have been looking at some of the buildings.
Yeah.
One of the things that we do need to explore is that in 2007, 2006, when there was money available, the seniors thought they could apply for it because based on the demographics the year before, they fell under a guideline. And one of the guidelines, one of the conditions was a certain percentage had to be poverty. And when they did the census for that demographics for that year, they found that they no longer fell under that. They had already applied for the grant, and they were turned down. So we are looking at the demographics. We're going to get the demographics this year to see if we can get in under that. I'm going to be working with the Friends of the Scituate Seniors. And most of my functions that I'm going to be doing is looking for money for the new senior center. And that means grants and fundraisers and whatever we can do.
I don't know, I was involved in that building across from St. Mary's when we first did that with golf tournament.
Mhm.
If you ever, Father Mac was there. I was one of the first ones on the scene for that, and that became successful.
Yes, it did.
I don't know whether we could do something like that, because it does raise money if you can get enough people interested in playing. I mean,
Mhm.
some people are playing anything, but
Yeah.
they
Well,
do
you
it.
know, one of the things that I discovered about one of the nonprofits that's in town, and I was really amazed because the treasurer of that agency was a volunteer. She's getting her license for social work, and she happened to be the treasurer of this place. And she told me what they had for, in their revenues. And this is an agency who, you know, usually they ask for $1. They ask for $1, and I can tell you that they probably have more money in their revenues than any other agency around.
And they're nonprofit.
And they're nonprofit. And it was amazing because there's no high-powered, it's a very low-keyed operation. And the money that's come in over the years has been compounded because they don't use it, they don't have any paid staff and so on and so forth. But it was incredible to me that they had amassed this kind of money. So there's lots of things that we can look at.
So I hear a motion that we adjourn.
I just thought maybe you want to mention there's voting on Saturday. Just because we're on
Yeah.
So we have voting on Saturday for the library. Right?
Special election.
9 to 2, I think.
8 to 2 or 9
I think it's 9.
9 to 2.
9 to 2:30?
I thought it was 9 to 3.
I think it's 9.
Yeah, exactly.
Joanne?
I understand today from a senior, she called town hall, that seniors can vote early. And she's going up there to vote tomorrow. They do not have to wait until Saturday.
Oh, the absentee vote?
That's good.
They've got the ability to go in and vote.
I never heard that.
That's what she was told, that they can vote early, they do not have to wait until Saturday. Now, whether it's because of disabilities, I'm not sure, but that's what she said to inform everybody.
I'll call Cassie Curran.
Yeah, check on that, Florence, because that's what I was told today.
Okay. Yeah, because I never heard about it. Okay, I know about the absentee ballots, and, you know, and a lot of our seniors do use it.
And you might want to remind seniors that those that financially can't afford their taxes, rebates, get the forms for rebates at the end of the month,
Oh, yeah, that, they have to,
is very important.
yeah. And also, they have to be filing the circuit, for rebates, their, what do they call it? The
Circuit breaker?
Circuit breaker. Usually that's done with their CPA when you're filing your taxes. That's when it's done.
What's the deadline for that filing?
It's up, I would imagine until the taxes are in, because it's based on your tax.
Right.
Yeah. So I would
So I
imagine
wasn't sure
it
what
makes
the deadline
sense.
was.
Yeah.
Well, before we can't close the meeting, this is Florence's last board meeting, and, you know, I, for one, and I'm sure the entire board would like to thank her for all the work that she's done in relation to the board, not to, aside from all of her other responsibilities as director of the Council on Aging. She's done a tremendous amount of work in conjunction with the board for the benefit of the seniors. And so, you know, I think Florence deserves a round of applause.
Very easy to work with,
very easy.
Very easy.
so we
And-
appreciate that.
She'll drop her director's hat and she'll take on her friend's hat, the Friends of Scituate hat. So, in any case, her knowledge and her energy will not go to waste. So,
Thank you.
thank you, Florence.
Thank you.
Job well done.
You're very welcome.
Now we hear a motion.
I'll make a motion, the meeting be adjourned at
Second,
Second it.
all in favor?
Aye.